Hi, we're Joel and Lia,
and in this video we're going to talk about American foods that we Brits would never eat. Ever. Eating that food ever.
We will never, ever eat that American food ever.
Cheese grits ever.
Oh.
Okay, so let's kick it off with the first one. Joel's written a little list that I completely agree with.
Yeah, and I've added some photos just for dramatic effect, so we'll pop them up on screen.
Okay.
Cheese whiz.
It's the whiz for me. It's the
in
whiz.
A jar.
It's in a jar.
Why is it called whiz?
I think it's been manufactured so much they can't just call it cheese. It's like cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz. Original cheese dip.
Oh, it doesn't even say the word cheese. It says cheese with a Z.
With a Z.
So they got away with it. It's no longer cheese.
It's not even cheese.
I just think this is all made up, and I'm just like, there is no cheese in that cheese. Isn't that the kind of cheese that they'd put on nachos?
Yeah. So on nachos, fine. Maybe.
So our double standards, we're like, fine. On nachos, okay.
On nachos, it's okay. But no, it just looks, that's not cheese. It's cheese whiz.
I mean, you're right actually now about the nachos, because I went somewhere in the UK and I had nachos at the cinema and they put this like very white looking cheese on top. And in my head I thought, nacho cheese needs to be more yellow.
Yeah, it needs to be orangey.
Orangey, yeah. It didn't look right. It didn't even taste right.
Well, my brain is because the aircon.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, it's the aircon. I can't think.
Joel's just lost his train of thought because we're sitting in somewhere that's got horrendously unclean aircon. We both feel like we're going to leave and die.
Every time we're in the hotel room with the aircon on, we both start sneezing.
Like got puffy eyes. Like
I've never had that with aircon in my life. When we leave the hotel, I'm absolutely fine. So it's obviously the aircon. Anyway, cheese whiz. No, never.
The next one is grits, and I feel like you told me about this a few years ago, and I just still couldn't get my head around grits. Like grit, like even the word grits just sounds like you want some grit. It sounds like I'm offering you some gravel, like some stones that are on the rooftop here. Like what? Grits,
and they do cheese grits. People put flavorings in grits, and like I've tried cheese grits at Cracker Barrel, and honestly,
was it vile?
Yeah. It tastes like gravel.
Did you eat it and think, who enjoys this?
Yeah, to be honest, I think only old people enjoy it, and that's not being mean. It's just like, I think the older generation have grown up eating grits. You know when like our grandparents will eat something and you're like, why are you eating that? But they're used to it because they've eaten it since a kid.
Yeah, they're like, this is all we had growing up, just an OXO cube and a bit of water, and you're like...
Yeah, I know, my nan used to eat like sugar sandwiches, like white bread, butter, sugar, bread.
Sugar
sandwiches.
That's hilarious.
How horrendous.
That is horrendous.
But yeah, why?
But then in my head I'm like, so was it like French toast before its time?
Basically, yeah. Yeah, it's French toast before its time.
Cheese grits, or just grits in general, remind me of what you'd feed like a hen or a chicken to make it have a shell, like a hard shell egg.
And you do.
They get fed grit.
Yeah, grit. Yeah. Like it's made with egg shells or just shells in general, crushed up grit to like help break up their food so they don't have a stomach.
When you eat the grits, do they go soft? Have they gone soft? Are they mixed?
Yeah, they're a bit soft. They're not like, it's basically mushy. Imagine like a mushy texture, but with bits in it.
No thanks. Okay, moving on. I can't even think about it, I'm afraid.
I mean, that photo looks quite nice, but it's not.
It looks like a bowl of scrambled eggs to me.
The next thing that we would never eat is, I'm sorry to say, American chocolate.
American chocolate tastes so dead.
It's so dead.
It's so much so, like Joel, you and I love chocolate.
Love it.
We go over there and we look at the chocolate and we're like, it's just not speaking to me. None of it is speaking to me. Not Hershey's, no.
We've discussed it as well, that it does taste like vomit to Brits, and they've done studies on this, on why. They did a blind taste test between Americans and Brits, and the Americans all preferred the taste of the American chocolate without knowing it was American, and Brits preferred the British chocolate without knowing it's British. And it's just, you prefer the chocolate from where you've grown up, and the chocolate that Americans use, it's made with something that has the same compound that's found in vomit. So to Brits it does taste like vomit, to Americans it doesn't taste like vomit. But
isn't that crazy?
Isn't it weird? It's so weird how that works.
Yeah, like we've grown up with dairy milk and like British chocolates, and we just think that that's the best chocolate ever.
Didn't we do that chocolate making course, and they told us that like British chocolate is something like maximum 40% milk or something like that.
Something about the sugar that's allowed in, or the milk that's allowed in.
Yeah, and they're like, the reason it tastes like vomit as well is because Americans put much more milk powder in the chocolate or something like that.
Yeah, there was a reason, and it was to do with like how much you're allowed to put in, and there's like laws here that are different to over there with how much you're allowed to put in of certain ingredients that are addictive.
So it's not us being mean, and I'm sure that there will be Americans out there that might not like British chocolate. It's just you prefer what your taste buds know, and to us American chocolate is no. The only alternative to that is C's candy. I remember when Michael Mullard sent me a box of C's chocolate.
You love that. You loved
it. So I think it's just the chocolate bars that
I
you get
don't think
in
I've ever tried C's.
Oh, stunning. I did take you to their shop in Rodeo Drive, not Rodeo Drive.
Unfortunately, no samples in the shop.
Yeah, we were begging for samples.
Please give me a sample.
Please, just
or maybe they did give us a sample.
They might have
I just don't remember it.
It was the one at the Grove.
I remember exactly the position of the shop. It was at the corner.
Yeah.
I remember walking
with the nice little bus thing that goes up and down.
Yeah. What would we call it? A little.
Okay, this next one. I don't know if you're going to agree with this, but I agree with it.
Go on then.
Buttery popcorn.
I'm trying to imagine the buttery popcorn now. It's because that picture shows them like pouring melted butter over it, and I don't remember us eating buttery popcorn like that. When did we do that?
We haven't. I would never eat it. That's the point. I'd never eat it.
But how do we know if we've, because we're saying we'd never eat, we're thinking like must have tried, apart from the grits that I haven't tried.
I haven't tried cheese whiz, but I just know no.
I think we've been fooled and we've had cheese whiz without knowing.
Grits I've tried, don't want it.
No.
American chocolate tried, don't want it. Buttery popcorn, I just think, what if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sweet and salty popcorn's lovely. Why do you need buttery popcorn?
Why do you need buttery popcorn?
It's the same when Americans put butter on pancakes.
I do agree. I think it's basically just excessive fat.
Yeah, and I just hate butter. The reason I thought you might disagree is because you love butter and you'd eat a little bit of butter if you saw it. That to me makes me vomit.
I've gone off it. I haven't had butter for about 4 months.
Wow, well done.
I don't have butter at all anymore.
She's been butter sober for 4 months.
Butter sober, I just don't have it anymore, don't buy it anymore, don't use it, don't put it on toast anymore.
I just think I prefer sweet or salty popcorn to buttery popcorn.
Yeah.
But they do it on pancakes as well, don't they? They have a lovely stack of sweet pancakes and they put a knob of butter on the top and you're like, oh.
Why? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm totally against it, but I think it's unnecessary. So I'd try it, but I'm not blown away.
No. The next one.
What's this one?
It's called Velveeta. I've never seen this before. It's basically like cheese whiz, but solidified so that you can cut it and slice it and put it on things like crackers.
Strangely, I think I'd be open to trying it, even though it's solidified cheese whiz, because the illusion that it's like cheese that you cut, that's how they get people in. They're like, don't worry, like, this is cheese with a Z, and then you cut it and they're like, it's just like cheese and cracker vibes.
It's called Velveeta.
Do you want a grape with it?
That's so
Yes,
funny.
I do.
I imagine it's a bit like, because in the UK we do have the orange slices of cheese that we call American cheese that you put on burgers. You know, the flimsy.
Oh, I don't like them.
Okay, that's what I imagine that tastes like, but I don't know.
We would never know, and we would never try.
We would never try. But also, why would you try something like that when you can have real cheese?
No,
and we've since learned that Americans do actually have real cheese.
Yeah,
but,
do they?
Well, that's what we used to say Americans don't, and then we've been inundated with photos.
Sent us messages like, here's some real cheese in my supermarket. We got sent a picture of a cheese aisle once. Yeah. Stunning. Looks great. Stunning.
But I just think, then who's buying this fake cheese? Buy the real deal. It's not expensive. Buy the real deal.
Go and get yourself a little cheese grater and grate it on your napkin.
Yeah. Oh, it's so much like a bit of cheddar.
Bit of cheddar.
Real cheddar.
Yeah. Bit of red Leicester. Do they have all the same names? Probably not.
Cheese names in the UK versus USA.
Cheese names in the UK. We're so
good.
But also, how good would it be if there's a taste test as well?
Oh, it has to be a taste test.
So we filmed one half of it here. We filmed one half of it there, and we're like, would love to try.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay.
I'll be up for that.
I'll be up for that as well.
Alright.
Okay, last one.
Last one.
Oh, this is criminal.
Criminal.
We would never eat this.
No.
This is sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top.
Is it not sweet enough, guys?
Sweet potatoes with then it's what kills me is like sweetness from the ground, like sweet potato, that natural sugar with the artificialness of the marshmallows on top grilled. So it's like, what is this, some sort of sweet potato s'more? Is that what you're trying to do here?
I think so. I mean, we're going to find out because we're in the US for Thanksgiving this year, and we're going to get ourselves invited to a Thanksgiving and we're going to try it.
And we're going to be really grateful. We're not going to be miserable, are we?
We're going to be there like...
Lovely.
Mm.
No, I mean, we'll probably love it.
Yeah, we probably will. But the thing is, they eat it for a reason.
Is that the pudding, or is that one of the main?
I think it's a main.
No.
That's the weird thing.
Do they put gravy on that?
Probably.
No.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
They eat that with everything else, like the turkey, the Brussels sprouts, the sweet yams, or whatever they call it.
No, thank you, sir.
Nah.
No, thank you.
No, it's just too sweet, I think.
Too sweet.
So sweet.
So sweet. We used to say that all the time.
Yeah. And we thought it was recent, and then we watched a vlog from years ago and we said it in the vlog.
So sweet.
So sweet.
Anyway, let us know in the comments if you're American. Any foods from the UK you would never eat.
Yeah.
You know, like haggis.
I've thought of one that Americans would never eat. Beans on toast or beans for breakfast.
Beans.
They can't get their heads around beans for breakfast.
Get their head around it. And we're just like, are you joking me? There's nothing better than beans on your fryer.
I'd say even beans are designed for breakfast. Like, you can have them for lunch or dinner as well, but I think beans come into their own for breakfast.
It's a breakfast ingredient, isn't it? Just so clear to us that beans belong on breakfast.
But you guys clearly don't think so, so let us know in the comments other British dishes that you think that you would never try.
Yes, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if this is the first video of ours that you've watched. We've also got memberships where you can get bonus videos from our channel. There's lots of good videos on there, lots of juicy ones.
Oh yeah, there's one recently about gossiping about our exes.
Yeah.
So if you want to become a member, go and join.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.